welcome back. So, just had to take a quick break there to make sure that videos got in under time because, you know, the way YouTube works, you gotta do this whole 10-minute video roughly thing. I'm trying to loosely adhere to that so that I can maximize my viewership or something. I don't really know how that all works. The point is this. I don't know what the point is. Well, because I'm just going with the flow, I suppose. You do what you gotta do, you know. I monetize my videos because I like to get a little extra income when I possibly can. And then I'm trying to figure out, like, you know, my own niche, because there's so many Let's Players out there. It's like really hard to stand out. I mean, pretty much everything's been done. And even if I pick like the newest games and, you know, show you how to beat them, there's already like a million other people showing how to beat those games. So it's not like it's going to be anything new or special. So I mean, I don't know. I guess I just feel like showing how to cheat on games mostly. Because if I do that, people are at least mostly interested in that. Seems like almost everybody's been pretty receptive of it. I did have some people on I joined this like channel group or something. I don't even know what it's called, but I think it's maybe like a community. I don't know. But the idea is like small gaming channels, place to like advertise. You know, I guess it's cool. You know, gives people one-stop shop for finding new things. Although I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't really know how I came across things like Game Grumps and Completionist. I think I just kind of got led down that way. Due to the kinds of videos I watched, it just showed up at some point, and I don't know how exactly that works. Other than I guess you just, you know, show up after a while if you keep getting positive votes and all that kind of stuff. I have to hit the button really, really hard right now, really, really fast, so that I can possibly maybe get this guy to die before he hits this other part here. And then I can avoid having to come back here and get this tank, but it's probably not going to happen. Oh my gosh, I might have been just slightly too slow. Nope, got it. Oh, that's close. Let's jam that button. Wish I had a turbo controller, because that would be pretty sweet. But I do not have one of those. I always enjoyed doing this, like trying to be like real accurate and like snipe these birds. Yeah. And luckily they kept that in because they did a remake of this game on the PSP, and it was actually really good. It's called Maverick Hunter X, and they added in like the anime story shots, or anime cutscenes, which were pretty cool. That show like a little bit more story. Because this is kind of, I mean, there's a story to this game, clearly. It's just not super well conveyed, other than, you know, hey, there's Zero, and, you know, spoilers, he died. Just kind of feels like they could have done that better, which they did. I kind of wish they'd do more games like that, though. Like, if they did X2 and X3 in the same style as Maverick Hunter X, that'd be pretty awesome. And if they ended at, like, 5, like, you know, the game was originally intended to be ended at, that'd be alright. Although, I don't know, the story never was, like, super good. I mean, you look at the dialogue, it's like really? Like, at the end of, like, every game, it takes, like, a hint, like, well, starting at X2, it hints at, like, hey, X has to destroy Zero. Just saying. Like, they don't really, like, they don't really make it like a mystery or anything like that. They don't, like, nothing's really, I don't know, nothing's really explained or hinted at. There's no, like there's no foreshadow, there's no subtlety. That's the word I'm looking for. There's absolutely no subtlety. Like, they just come right out at the end of X2 and say, X knows that someday he'll have to destroy Zero. And it's like, what? Why? Why would you even... Why does he know that? How does he know that? Nothing, like, no story portion has been, like, there's been nothing to convey that at all. So, you know, gameplay is great. Story has been pretty dumb. But, you know, I mean, that's really what it's about, though, is gameplay, I guess, because when you look at a game like, say, Resident Evil, for example, you know, the acting was garbage. Like, the voice acting, I mean. Obviously, well, I guess the 3D model acting was stupid also, but, you know, the voice acting was just awful. Like, it's like the guys doing the voices, it just sounds like they're phoning it in. It's just kind of funny. But, I don't know, it's, the gameplay was good though, so that's why. Plus it was something that hadn't really achieved mainstream popularity yet, so, you know, the whole, what do you call it? The survival horror genre, it hadn't really reached the masses as being like a massively appealing thing. It was just like, oh, it's novelty, it's cool. You know, now it's like survival horror is like every freaking game out there wants to try to like be some kind of survival horror. I mean, it works a lot of the time. I mean, I guess it's only a matter of time, because if you look at movies, I mean, there's still scary movies. I was just talking about Insidious 3. People still like watching scary movies. I like scary movies. I love scary movies. I like a good slasher movie now and then. Although a lot of the time, you know, horror movies aren't so much about the horror or the building of suspense and making you actually scared or feeling things. They're about just like, here's a lot of freaking orchestra sting to like destroy your hearing. Like, I'll be honest, they did that in Insidious 3 a few times, and you know, I'm usually not one to jump, but yeah, these ones scared the living shit out of me because it was just like completely out of nowhere. Like, you really don't expect it. So, I mean, I guess it was okay in that respect, although I still don't what's that word I'm looking for? I still don't appreciate, I guess would be the thing to say. The loud frickin' noises, the jump scares that, you know, movies do, which is kind of what Resident Evil 2 seemed to be about. I mean, everybody's like, says the same thing. Pretty much everybody actually has to say the same thing about every Resident Evil game. It's like, oh man, that one part in the game, do you remember? Where the dogs, and then, or the window? Like, so, like, okay, you know when, like, Resident Evil 1, that's the part where I remember is the dogs. Like, they just pop, like, they jump through the windows. That scared the hell out of everybody. In that little hallway. And then in Resident Evil 2, there was a spot where there was like one-way glass, and then there had to be a thing that, like, you knew something was gonna happen. You knew, like, oh, at some point something's gonna jump through that window, because there's just no way something can't jump through that window. It's one-way glass. So, like, you always have that eerie feeling when you're going. I mean, it's actually pretty well done. It does a good job of, like, giving you an eerie feeling every time you're trying to go through something. Because you're like, oh man, something's back there, I know it. I can't see it, but they can see me. So when it does happen, it actually still surprises you, which is, you know, it's pretty good design, I suppose. Yeah. So, that was another cool thing about this game was, the levels changed in this one based on, you know, what levels you've already completed. And man, I hate this part. So there's like 2 different ways to get this, and both of them, and all of them suck pretty much. So, yep. So, yeah. Oh man, I hate that. So this is gonna be one of those things where I need to like die in order to get the thing. because I don't know of any other way to get that, the arm upgrades up there, if you weren't aware. I don't know how the hell you're supposed to, like, do it without complete and utter luck. But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna, like, get these extra lives up here and get the extra sub-tank over there. And these things, why do they exist? But yeah, getting that arm tank upgrade is a complete pain. Because you have to, like, you have to get on that ledge, like, perfectly. Luckily these things do a decent amount of damage when they hit you. By decent, I mean 2. Just need an arm upgrade though. I mean, you don't really need the arm upgrade. I certainly prefer the arm. Oh, I guess I did more damage by actually touching them. There's a thing I didn't know. And just when I thought I knew everything about the game, I learned something else that's completely new. Good. But yeah, it's nice that the levels, the layout, maybe not the layout, but like the mechanics of the level change based on what you've done. So what you need to do here anyway is you gotta land this jump like perfectly so that you can get up. Yep, didn't I screwed it up again? Screwed it up again. That's fine. Just freaking kill me. You gotta land the jump like perfect so that you can get the stupid arm. Like, it doesn't make any damn sense. Sometimes I get lucky and sometimes I don't. But anyway, I'll pick this up next time and I'll actually be at the right spot. So, till then.